And I hate to say it, but sometimes you just have to, you have to kind of walk a mile in a guy's shoes before you really should make comments about that. And I a lot of times it's guys that play positions that where their job description isn't maybe to initiate contact in every place. For instance, not every job, not every position in the NFL is created equal. And I'll put it in terms from baseball terms, okay? So if you got two guys that played baseball, one guy played second base for 10 years and one guy played catcher for 10 years. Well, which guy's going to come out of the game, with more physical ailments than the other guy? It's going to be the catcher. Well, it's the same thing in football. Even though the data might not back me up on this, I think it's very clear there's just certain positions where playing middle linebacker, safety in the box, offensive lineman, where your job is to initiate contact every single play, and your head is involved in the play every single time. DA, I made a living. I made a 10-year career off of using one technique that I was taught called stun and separate technique. And it was a way that is how I got off blocks to go make tackles. And I would use the butt of my forehead to stun the blocker. I'd put the butt of my forehead right under the chin of that guard or that tackle or that fullback coming to block me, and I'd put it right under his chin so his head would snap back. That's the stun part. And then when his head snaps back, I'd put my hands into his chest, into his breastplate, and that was the separate part. So stun, separate, good off and make plays. I made a living off of doing that. Well, all those hits, they add up to something. We know that now. And so that was my job, was to initiate contact on every play. Wide receivers, tight ends, quarterbacks, their job is to avoid contact every single play. So every position is a little bit different. And so I do cringe a little bit when I hear guys that play positions that maybe aren't as physical or their job description isn't to initiate contact talk about this issue, because it's just obvious they haven't had the same amount of hits that guys have at other positions. It's like miles on your car. It's an odometer, and the more hits you get, obviously the more problems guys can have. There's no guarantee that guys potentially can have later in life.